What's up, family? So I gave myself the goal of making a song in 10 minutes, and I used an online screen recorder. And with that online screen recorder, I actually went to 30 minutes. I didn't mean to, but I felt good about the song. Got to the end of it, and the file was about 500 megabytes large. So I figured, okay, perfect. It got everything. Opened it up, and it had only recorded maybe 3 minutes with no sound. So now I'm going to do this on Zoom. I don't like using Zoom on my computer because it puts such a drag on the system. But anyway, I can do a quick recap because I'm going to use this for content. All right, so what I did was first I used Cymatics because I am not afraid of samples and I do not care about the naysayers. I do use samples. Sometimes I make my own stuff, or I use Cymatics, or I use Splice, or just whatever I find that interests me. But I had heard this yesterday and I decided to make a song with it just now. So here's the initial sample that I used. I added some kickstart to it. Sorry, you probably couldn't hear me. I added kickstart to it to give it some side chaining. And now that I think about it, I want to add a little bit of reverb because everything sounds better with reverb, except maybe the bass. Anyway, so there's this. It's got a bit of a robotic quality to it. I don't know how I'm going to like that in the end. But anyway, the next thing I did was I went to the percussion and I just put in a basic 4 on the floor kick pattern. And then snare layer. I had another snare layer that I didn't like. I'll let you hear it though. Let's see. I might put it back in. I don't know. And then I've got this smack to put more emphasis on the 4th beat. Let's go through. And then the reverse snare for more movement. That's a cashmere sample. Cut it in half so I could just have the sweet part. And then this percussion loop. I need a lot more practice on just doing percussion like hi-hats and those other bouncy, groovy types of perks, but and I put but all together the percussion sound and the original sample that I chose. A lot of maybe I'll put it back in later. I don't know. I want this thing to go away. There we go. Perfect. That's out of the way. Okay, so percussion. And then I found out about this new plugin called, well, it's not new. It was new to me. This plugin called Captain Chords that makes chords for you. I won't go into a long breakdown of it, but just suffice to say, I don't know music theory. I play trombone, so I am a real musician, as some people say. So I can read music and everything, but I don't know music theory. We didn't talk about it much whenever I was in high school, and I wasn't a music major in college, so I didn't learn it there. But anyway, I made these chords, very basic triad in G sharp minor to match the loop. And initially I made this saw. And then all I did was, since it's MIDI, that's one of the good things about Captain Chords, I made the MIDI chords for the saw and I dragged them up to the piano. And Captain Chords actually has tons of I can't think of the word. Tons of patterns for your MIDI. So this was the one I settled on. It's just basic. And then, I also put it on a pad because that's the chorus. And then to differentiate for the verse, I left the saw out because I made that section first, the chorus section first. And song's far from finished because I don't have a bass yet, but it's going to be easy. Just take some of the notes from the MIDI up here and drag it down to the bass. I guess I could do that now, but anyway, so here's how it sounds without the piano chords. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, this is just a stock piano. And I used Serum for the pad and for the saw. Those are some presets that I had downloaded. But anyway, here we go. Basic. Some basic transition effects. Some white noise. Let's see, white noise down. White noise down. Sorry that was so loud. Kind of scared me. Okay, turn that down and. All right there. Really? I'll go back and make it better. Bad. And since we're here, might as well go ahead and make a bass. I typically use Sublab for my sub bass, but I don't want to do a sub bass just yet. I'm pretty bad at making sub bass layers, so I'm not going to embarrass myself with that right now. I followed a tutorial and made this cool bass layer based on the Weeknd song Blinding Lights. Let's delete hot layer. I'm picking and choosing which notes I want to delete because I want the bass to have some kind of movement to it. Let's see. All right, I dig it. Now let's take it down. All right, let's see how it sounds. Too loud. Also, I'm listening on just like my regular computer speaker, so I'm not getting the best experience with making this, but things don't always have to be fancy and frilly to make music, especially in the beginning stages. I'll do all the polishing and like deep mixing and mastering and stuff later. I think that might not be a good idea to leave that way. So I'm going to go in and connect these and make them bolts. Short. Okay. And that was the first one. Let's copy that here. Copy there. Copy that there. Okay. Copy that. All right, now let's try it. Shift them off. Beat a little bit. Sense. So that like a half beat off. Shift all these. A half beat off. Can't entirely tell, but it feels like something sounds funny. I don't want to waste too much time on it right now, though. Instead of doing eighth notes for the side chain pulse, I'll do half notes. I'll give this a try now. Not a bad start. I had made this note to remind myself to make a bass line. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, if not, you won't hear this anyway if you didn't make it this far. But still, thanks. All right, y'all. Peace. And now the awkward moment where I have to figure out how to stop recording.